Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Youthman. Over the past several videos, I've been taking you along my journey of installing a massive OSD outdoor speaker system in my outdoor living area. Now, I've taken you through some various videos as far as unboxing. We did a video on the actual installation. I did a video on what equipment you're going to need to install an outdoor speaker system, as well as even how to set up the amplifiers and install those and wire them. So in this video, we're going to wrap up this series. First thing I want to do is we're going to dive into the OSD Player app. I'll show you how to connect that to the SRT4 streaming media server. And then at the end of this video, I'll share with you my overall thoughts of this process, of this big project, as well as how do the OSD speakers perform. Now, before we jump into the app, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons. Patrons, you guys rock. You continue to provide just love and support here on this channel, allowing me to produce some additional content that I do not share here on YouTube. Footage such as behind the scenes. I share with you about my personal life, about our family. And then also go into things like what products are coming in for review, what are some things that I'm thinking about on current videos that I'm making and current products that I'm reviewing. And so if you're into that and you want to help support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/Youthman. There's different tiers just depending on what level of support you want to make, but everything is appreciative. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in to the OSD app. So the first step in setting up the OSD SRT4 streaming media server is to download the OSD Player app from either the App Store or Google Play. Once it launches, it'll ask you if you want to find and connect to the devices on your network, so you'll want to click OK. Next, it asks if we want to access our music and media library. We do, so we want to click OK. Now, if you have the SRT4 connected via Ethernet, you can bypass this next step as it'll automatically connect to your network. But if you want to connect it to Wi-Fi, I'm going to walk you through those steps now. Head over to your Wi-Fi settings in your phone or tablet. Now, since the SRT4 has 4 independent zones, you're going to need to connect to each of them separately. So here you can see we've got 4 devices labeled Z1, Z2, Z3, and Z4. So let's click on the Z1 to set up Zone 1. Now, once it's connected to Zone 1, switch back over to the OSD app. Select the Wi-Fi network that you want Zone 1 to connect to and enter your Wi-Fi password and hit Continue. Once it's connected, click Next. Now, in my setup, Zone 1 are the first pair of Rock speakers. So I'm going to choose Custom and I'm going to give it a name. We'll just call it Rock Speakers 1. Now that Zone 1 is connected to my network, we'll need to go back to the Wi-Fi settings and connect to Zone 2. Then we'll do the same thing for Zone 3 and then Zone 4 using this same method. Zone 2 in my setup is an additional pair of Rock speakers that are over by the fire pit, so I gave it a custom name of Fire Pit. Zone 3 are the 8 wall speakers and 2 12-inch burial subwoofers that we will refer to as the Wall of Sound. So I gave it a custom name of Wall of Sound. And then Zone 4 in my setup will be used to stream music from the OSD app into my theater room system, so I gave it a custom name of Theater Room. So here in the device list inside the OSD app, we can see those 4 zones: Fire Pit, Rock Speakers 1, Theater Room, and the Wall of Sound. And of course, I can click and drag the volume of each one of these to independently increase or decrease the volume of each one of those 4 zones. So the next thing we want to do is to establish what kind of source is going to be connected to each one of these zones. And so in my situation, I'll be connecting Spotify to each one of these. So the first step we're going to do is click on Fire Pit, and that's going to take us over to the settings. Now, by default, I'm going to click on this Add More Services. By default, all of these are going to be toggled on. And so you'll see TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Tidal, and Napster. Unfortunately, they do not have at the moment the ability to connect to something like Qobuz, which I do have a subscription to. So for now, we're going to click on Add More Services, and I'm just going to turn off all of these except for Spotify. So for that particular zone, we can either choose Spotify, or down at the bottom you can see there's a line in, a line in 2, as well as an optical. So if you had another device plugged into that zone input, you could assign it to that input. But again, in my case, we're going to be connecting to Spotify. So we're going to click on Spotify. Down at the bottom, we'll click on Open Spotify, and that's going to take us into the actual Spotify app. So down at the bottom, you can see this little icon that shows, it's almost like a computer screen and then maybe a little speaker. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to connect this Spotify to FirePit. So we're going to click on that. So now that's synced up with FirePit, and we'll switch back over to the OSD app. And up at the top, you can see this zone is now connected to FirePit. So if I swipe to the left, we'll go back to that device list, and you can see the little Spotify icon letting us know that FirePit is now linked to Spotify. So we'll do the same thing for Rock Speakers 1 and Wall of Sound. We're not really going to set up Theater Room because I don't have that set up right now, but we'll click on Rock Speakers, Spotify, open Spotify, click on the little speaker icon, Rock Speakers 1. We'll go back over to the OSD app, and we can see that that's now assigned to Rock Speakers 1. We'll swipe to the left, and you can see the Spotify icon there. So now we'll connect the Wall of Sound by clicking on that icon, clicking on Spotify, open Spotify, clicking on the icon down at the bottom, choosing Wall of Sound, and that is now connected. We'll switch back over to the OSD app, and you can see that zone is now connected to the Wall of Sound. So if we scroll again to the left, we will see that we've got those 3 zones, FirePit, Rock Speakers 1, and Wall of Sound, all connected to Spotify. So what I want to do in my setup, as I mentioned before, I want to be able to increase the level of all of the speakers that are out there at the same time, or change the song and pick a playlist and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to group these into like a section so that they all work in conjunction with each other. So I'm going to use Wall of Sound kind of as the main one, and I'm going to kind of group in FirePit and Rock Speakers with that. So to do that, we're going to click and hold on Rock Speakers 1, and then we're just going to drag down, and you can see the little dashed line over there on the left, and it shows you it's going to be linking that to the Wall of Sound. So when I let go, it's going to take just a moment, and it's going to kind of group those into, or put them in a group. So now it says multi-room successful. We're going to do the same thing for FirePit. Click and hold FirePit, drag it up to Wall of Sound, and let go. And now we have Wall of Sound, Rock Speakers, and FirePit all grouped together. So one thing I can already see is those options for Spotify now have disappeared. So I don't know if that is a kind of a glitch in the app itself, or if maybe I just did it the wrong steps. So in this case, it looks like we're gonna have to relink Spotify. Hey, practice makes perfect, so we'll click on Wall of Sound, go over to Spotify, hit open Spotify, click on the icon at the bottom, and we'll choose Wall of Sound. Give that just a moment to connect. Now it's connected to the Wall of Sound. Switch back over to the OSD app, and you can see we're now paired back up. If I swipe to the left, you can see that Spotify icon is there. And so one thing I have noticed with the OSD app is there are some bugs and glitches. Sometimes I would try to drag those in together and group them, and it would just error out, and I would just have to redo it, and then it would take. As you saw here, sometimes I would link Spotify, and then it kind of unlinks. And the reason for this is, honestly, OSD doesn't have the budget of some of these massive companies that have, like say Sonos, that has just a huge budget to put into their app. But I think for what it's worth and the value that you're getting out of this system, you're not paying the premium that you are with something like a Sonos. So overall, the app is pretty simple to use. Like I said, sometimes it's got a few little bugs, but for the price that you pay for the OSD speakers and the amplifiers, it's really hard to beat. So down at the bottom, you can see there's an option that says play all. If I hit that, I can hear my speakers are out there playing right now. And if I switch back over to Spotify, I could always go into my library and I could come into, say, one of these demos or one of these playlists, and I can adjust it from here. I can increase the volume from my phone right here. And so if I hit the up and down arrow, it adjusts all of those simultaneously. If I go back over to the app, you can see if I push up on the volume, each one of these are grouped together, so they're going to increase together. You'll see there's a little bit of a delay because they're all connected through Wi-Fi. And so it takes sometimes just a little bit for all three of them to adjust at the same time or the same level. But overall, the app, there's not a ton of flexibility or as far as like a lot of features. And I would love to see them incorporate Qobuz maybe in a future update. That would be a really, really great addition to the OSD Player app. And so now let me just share with you the overall experience with this whole system. Number one, it definitely is a big project. What I've learned through this is that you definitely want to recruit some friends to help you out or family members because you're probably going to be digging some trenches like we were. If you buy their subwoofers, you're going to be digging holes in your yard. And you're going to be drilling through your wall probably if you have your equipment inside your home like I do. And so it definitely takes a lot of work, but the great thing is OSD provides everything that you need. They've got amplifiers, they've got the streaming server, they've got the speaker cables, they've got the speakers, of course, the subwoofers. So pretty much everything you need, even down to the instructions of how you should wire it up and even like a diagram outlining how everything's going to be connected and how it all interfaces together. And so that is something that I really, really respect from OSD. So we've had the system up and running now for about a week, and just recently my son celebrated his 22nd birthday, and so he had some friends over. They were just hanging out in the backyard, and so I connected to Spotify. We were able to just set a playlist and let it run. The cool thing with the way we've got it set up and the way that we designed it is a lot of people made comments in previous videos, Michael, that's a lot of speakers and your neighbors are pretty much going to hate you. On the contrary, the reason why we installed so many speakers is so that my neighbors don't hate me. I value the relationships with my neighbors. The last thing I want to be known for in my community is that annoying guy with a big honking stereo that's always blasting it and just, ruining my peaceful backyard experience, or I can hear it inside when I'm watching TV. So the way we designed it in my outdoor living area is there's three kind of zones of speakers. There's the wall of sound that has 8 speakers kind of pointing down to, there's a little dining table and then also a hot tub. And then out by the fire pit, there's 2 more speakers there. And then we've got another sitting area that has like a little small kind of fire pit, little gas fire pit that you can kind of chill out over there or eat dinner and just kind of relax on the patio set. And on all 3 of those areas, you have sound. So the great thing about my son's birthday is we were able to play it at a very moderate level to where people could still have casual conversation. The last thing you want to do is have it cranked so loud that nobody can interact with each other and you're just sitting around listening to music. Gatherings are meant to have relations and have conversation. And so having that ambience and that ambiance and the music playing, that's definitely great, but you still want to be able to conversate and be able to do that naturally. But there were times that, they were kind of in the backyard and they were doing like cornhole and just hanging out there. So at that point, I turned it up a little bit. Now, I didn't crank it to, again, disturb my neighbors, but you could definitely hear the bass thumping with those dual 12s, and the music was crystal clear. And so we just had a really, really great time with that. Now, I ran that system probably for about 4 hours straight, had no hiccups with it. Another thing that I would really like to point out is my wife mentioned it. She said, she asked several times, she's like, hey, can you turn the music on? And she was inside. And so then she popped her head out the door and she's like, oh, it's playing. The cool thing is it wasn't overbearing on the inside. Again, we designed the system to where we didn't have to crank it up so loud so that if people are inside the house, they can kind of have their own conversations and not be disturbed by the outside. But for those times that we want to crank it, we definitely have the horsepower, we definitely have the speakers and the capability. I threw in some bass music just to see what the subwoofers can do. Now, granted, these aren't JTR subwoofers. They're not going to, like blow your neighbor's house, apart. It's not going to disturb the people down the block, but it definitely provides a really nice bottom end, those lower octaves when you're listening to music or maybe even watching a movie outside. Now, after the party was over, one thing that I decided to do was kind of sit like right in between of all, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 speakers. And so it was kind of like just this enveloping sound that was just really, really cool. And so, it wasn't front stage and backstage. It was all playing in stereo, but it was just a really cool kind of experience out there. I could see maybe if you're outside, if you got a swimming pool and you're just chilling in the pool, laying on your raft and you got the music kind of surrounding you. I definitely love the fact that we now have just a great and easy way to be able to stream music, for gatherings, for eating outside in the wintertime, if we're out by the fire pit or if the kids are playing in the backyard, or my daughters, they cheer. And so I can actually put their cheer routine on there and they can kind of, do their routine and have music playing for that. So one thing I can say about the app is it's a little less intuitive than something like AirPlay. AirPlay is really easy and simplified to be able to connect to, say, a receiver. Pretty much anybody with an iPhone can easily connect to that. If, let's say, for instance, you have a guest over and they want to connect to your system, or in my case, I've got 3 children that live with me that, maybe they want to connect to it while they're out. My girls are outside laying out in the backyard, getting some sun. To be able to connect to that, I would have to go through the same exact process on their phone, download the app, connect to Spotify, each zone, and so forth. So that definitely is a little bit more tedious, but once you have it set up, then you're good to go. Now, if you have the SRT4 connected via Ethernet, then you wouldn't have to do all of those. It's going to connect those for you, so that's going to make it much easier if you choose and have the ability to connect that hardwired. Now, I want to give a big thanks to OSD Audio for sponsoring this series of videos. If you're interested in any of their products, I'll have links to their website down in the description below. And if you've missed any of the videos in this series, I'll post a link to the whole playlist right here. And as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll catch you in the next video.